Welcome to GasEd. Today, we will be discussing how to sign your first AI automation client in 7 days using a proven outreach framework. Look, if you've been grinding away, learning how to build these amazing AI workflows, but you're hitting a brick wall when it comes to actually getting a business to pay you for them, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today's explainer is all about ditching the guesswork. We're going to walk through a highly structured step-by-step playbook that literally takes the mystery out of landing that first deal.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First up, we'll dismantle the cold outreach trap. Then we'll talk about being a partner over a commodity. After that, we'll tackle 3 psychological hurdles you're going to face, dive right into the core 7-day framework, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with the trust loop.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the cold outreach trap. High volume, zero trust.
Now, we like to call this the old way. It's that classic high-volume, cold outreach trap almost every beginner falls into. You know the drill. Scraping leads off professional networks, using AI to spin up some generic copy, and just blasting out like 500 emails a day. And hey, maybe your open rates even look decent on paper, but nobody buys. Why is that? Well, it's simple. To them, you're just another random face clogging up their inbox. You've got no proof of skills and absolutely zero established trust.
And that brings us to the ultimate danger of that old method. There's this saying, when you're a commodity, it turns into a race to the bottom on price. When you just blast out these generic offers, you're literally turning your highly specialized service into a cheap commodity. You become just another person trying to peddle a basic AI template. And here's the harsh truth. When you're a commodity, someone out there will always be willing to underbid you. It's a race to the bottom, and you are going to lose it every single time.
Moving right along to Section 2. Partner versus commodity. This is a crucial mindset shift we need to make.
Let's look at the stark contrast here. On one side, we've got the template salesman. This is the person who walks into a business and basically says, hey, here's a generic template I built. Do you want to buy it? Contrast that with the strategic partner. This person, they lead with outcomes. They actually sit down and diagnose real underlying business problems. They say, here's exactly how I can help your business solve this specific bottleneck. You see the difference? Positioning yourself as a guide in their AI journey rather than just a vendor pushing templates is totally night and day. Honestly, it's the real secret to getting that yes.
Next up, Section 3, Psychological Hurdles. Let's talk about the mental roadblocks that'll try to stop you. Hurdle number 1 is a big one, imposter syndrome. You know those nagging thoughts, right? Am I really ready for this? Or do I even have the right to charge money for this? The absolute secret here is to just not overpromise. Actually, being completely honest about being new is a massive strength. Imagine telling a potential client, look, I'm new to this specific service, I'm completely obsessed with this tech, and I just want to help you. It totally removes that scammy feeling, it drastically lowers the risk for those early clients, and honestly, it just makes you sound like a genuine, trustworthy human being.
Okay, hurdle number 2, premature pricing. You've got to stop obsessing over landing a $10,000 retainer on day 1. It's just not going to happen right away. If you try to maximize your revenue before you've actually delivered any value, you're going to fail, period. Trust has to be earned before retainers can even enter the chat. Your only focus right now should be getting your foot in the door, solving a real-world problem, and proving your worth. Do that, and trust me, the money naturally follows the trust.
And hurdle number 3 is rejection. Let's be real. You will get ignored, and you will get told no. But what if we reframed that? Really successful beginners see rejection as valuable data, not as a failure. If someone ignores your message, stop and ask yourself why. Was the message way too long? Was it a bit vague? Use that silence to tweak your messaging and make your next attempt even better. Rejection is literally just feedback.
All right, Section 4, the 7-day framework. This is your actionable timeline.
So here is the high-level overview of your week. Notice something? We are entirely ignoring cold outreach. Why? Because statistically, starting with warm contacts converts dramatically better. You are basically borrowing from pre-existing trust. The game plan is to start broad, have some real conversations, build a tiny proof of concept, and then review. Let's break down exactly what day 1 looks like.
Day 1 is all about building what we call your trust map. I want you to open a spreadsheet right now and jot down 20 people where you already have a baseline of trust. We're talking friends, family members who run small businesses, past coworkers, managers, or even just people you regularly chat with in online communities. Getting these names down on paper makes this whole process feel organized and infinitely less overwhelming.
Moving into days 2 and 3, your goal is super simple.
You're going to reach out to that list and just have 5 to 10 low-pressure conversations. And this is vital. Absolutely no pitching allowed, zero. You are just showing up as a curious entrepreneur asking questions. You want to figure out where things feel manual, annoying, or super repetitive in their day-to-day business operations. Take diligent notes here, because you are actively hunting for clear pain points.
Then, on days 4 through 6, you're going to look back at those notes, find the absolute clearest, most painful bottleneck from those chats, and propose a tiny, free pilot workflow. You're building a really simple, low-risk MVP, a minimum viable product. Your goal here isn't to blow their minds with complex coding. Nope. Your goal is simply to prove that AI can save them time. You are building tangible, undeniable proof of your value.
Which brings us to Section 5, the trust loop, the collaborative steps to closing the deal.
Let's see how this all comes together on day 7. First, you've already delivered value with that free pilot, right? Step 2 is offering a very low-pressure way to keep helping them out. Maybe that's just maintaining the workflow if it breaks, or expanding it by adding a cool new feature. Now, if they're thrilled but just aren't ready to buy right this second, only then do you move to Step 3 and ask for a quick video testimonial. And Step 4, asking for a referral, that only happens after you've locked in that proof.
But hey, we got to be realistic here. What if the pilot just didn't work? What if it actually didn't save them time at all? The answer is simple. You take the feedback, you learn from it, and you gracefully move on. Do not, under any circumstances, try to force a sale. Don't ask for a testimonial, and definitely don't ask for a referral. Your main priority right now is gaining real-world experience, not forcing a bad fit.
The most critical takeaway for you here is that this 7-day cycle isn't just a one-and-done thing. It's a continuous loop. You've got to repeat this cycle multiple times to build up genuine case studies, gather real-world data, and honestly, to build up your own confidence. Only after you've got undeniable proof behind your name from these warm connections should you ever even think about attempting to scale up to colder outreach.
So before you go off and build your next workflow, ask yourself, are you racing to the bottom as a commodity? Or are you putting in the reps to build the trust required to be a strategic partner? Start small, build undeniable proof, and I promise you, the clients will follow. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.